Good Thursday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to what's making news, let's take a look outside our Wenatchee Valley weather window on this Thursday afternoon, and a beautiful shot once again from one of our favorite cameras. It's up on Wenatchee Heights. It's called the Cross Camera, and great shot of the Wenatchee Valley and some of those clouds that were over the Cascades today. I think we were a little cloudier this morning. Things did clear up a bit this afternoon, and it made for a pretty nice afternoon too. And I'll tell you what, get ready for a warm-up as we make our way into Friday and the weekend. Tomorrow, our high temperature near 60 degrees. For Saturday, we are going to get all the way in to the mid-60s, and then, that unsettled weather returns as we end our weekend on Sunday. And we'll have your complete weather forecast coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. The Chelan County Sheriff's Office is asking for the public's help in identifying a suspect in a burglary this week at a lumber store in Chelan. A Wenatchee man allegedly arranged to receive 105 grams of ecstasy through the mail, and employees of Washington State's executive agencies are at almost 92% fully vaccinated. But first, our top story tonight. A trailer used as a vacation property along the Columbia River north of Orondo burned to the ground yesterday morning. There were no injuries, and the trailer was unoccupied at the time of the fire. Orondo firefighters responded to that fire at Bowers Landing just after 9 a.m. to find the trailer fully engulfed. They were able to get the fire under control in a half an hour, but by that time, the trailer was a total loss. The cause of the fire is under investigation. The Chelan County Sheriff's Office is asking for the public's help identifying a suspect in a burglary this week at a lumber store in Chelan. The Sheriff's Office on Wednesday shared a security camera photo of a suspect who broke into the business at about 2:30 a.m. Monday. They said the person may be associated with a pair of vehicles seen in the area, an extended cab white Ford F-150 pickup and a white Pontiac G6 style car with black wheel rims. Anyone with information is asked to call the Rivercom non-emergency line, and that number is 663-9911, and ask for Deputy Ryan Moody. Meanwhile, a Wenatchee man allegedly arranged to receive 105 grams of ecstasy through the mail. 20-year-old Brian Rivera Martinez faces 5 felony counts, including possession and manufacturing of MDMA. The Columbia River Drug Task Force says a package of ecstasy valued at about $19,000 and intended for Rivera was intercepted in Philadelphia last year en route from the Netherlands. Police raided Rivera's family home on Orondo Street in September of last year and allegedly found 161 grams of ecstasy as well as pill-making equipment. Rivera was charged last year while he was out of the country. He was booked into the Chelan County Jail this week and now faces arraignment on October 25th. Well, as we reported earlier this week, COVID-19 vaccinations among hospital workers across the state have reached about 88%. Employees of Washington State's executive agencies are at almost 92% fully vaccinated. October 18th is the deadline for workers in both categories to achieve full vaccination. Health Secretary Umar Shah said yesterday those numbers are a reason for optimism.
We are hopeful that anybody who is still in those work categories who has not gotten vaccinated yet can still do something about it and get vaccinated and really do everything they can to get into the mix so that they can continue to protect themselves, their loved ones, and certainly the community members that they serve. That is what this is about. That is why we are supportive of this requirement. We want to make sure we can do everything we can, especially when you see the statistics about, and when you're on the ground in hospitals and you're talking to ICU physicians and nurses who are strained and stressed, and they're saying 10 times or 20 times the risk for unvaccinated versus vaccinated, or 95% of the people that are in the ICUs are those who are unvaccinated. That is why it is so critical that we do everything we can to help people see why vaccines are important.
Coming up next, the Wenatchee School District is close to revising a policy on how teachers should handle controversial issues and the inclusion of controversial guest speakers. Haunted Museum is returning to Wenatchee this Halloween season, but under new COVID-19 compliant rules. And also on Halloween, the historic Downtown Chelan Association invites you to drive through a ghostly downtown Chelan to receive Halloween goodie bags. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu because we work to get you to work.
What is home? A place to gather, a place to grow, provide shelter for the ones we love, eat, drink, restore, build trust. It's a place to rest when the workday is done, a place to find quiet after a night of good fun. What an honor we have at Guild to help own, finance, create, pave the way to live in home.
I'm Wenatchee School Board member Maria Iniguez, and I understand that your tax dollars fund public education in our district. That is why I'm holding the district accountable for every dollar spent and have supported a balanced budget, because every community member should know how the district is using funds to support student achievement while maintaining long-term fiscal sustainability. Vote to retain me, Maria Iniguez, for Wenatchee School Board Position 2.
Welcome back. In another news, the Wenatchee School District is close to revising a policy on how teachers should handle controversial issues and the inclusion of controversial guest speakers. The policy has been around since 1998, but proposed new language says teachers should take special care when presenting topics, quote, for which a substantial disruption to the operation of the district or school is reasonably foreseeable. The change arose in part after staff members posted a sheet on gender diversity on some classroom bulletin boards last spring, which led to criticism of the school district. The new policy underwent its second reading Tuesday at the Wenatchee School Board meeting and should receive a final vote up or down on October 26th. Haunted Museum is returning to Wenatchee this Halloween season, but under new COVID-19 compliant rules. The Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center is partnering with Haunted in Washington on Haunted Museum starting Friday, October 22nd. To take the scare-filled tour, people need to make reservations for a time slot in advance, which costs $30 for two people and an additional $12 at the door for each additional person. There will be a maximum of 6 people allowed in each party. Haunted Museum is described as a professionally created interactive haunted house with lots of jump scares and special effect themed rooms. Reservations can be made on the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center website or by calling 888-6240. Well, also on Halloween, the historic Downtown Chelan Association invites you to drive through a ghostly downtown Chelan to receive Halloween goodie bags from 5 o'clock to 7 p.m. Vehicles will stage in the high school parking lot and proceed to Wooden Avenue to cross the old bridge and enter downtown. Spooky decor and haunted characters await you as you drive through historic downtown. You will also have the opportunity to enter the Carstoom contest if you wish, and then will receive your trick-or-treat goodie bags at the end of the processional. The HDCA will host the Carstoom contest this year with $250 in chamber bucks for the family with the most creative costume for their car and passengers, $100 in chamber bucks for second place, and $50 for third place. The community will have an opportunity to vote on their favorite Carstooms online. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
new novel is now available at Amazon.com. The title, Lost Treasure of the China Bar, details life on the Columbia River and Plateau during the 1800s. You ask, is the treasure still buried somewhere near Chelan? Find out by reading Lost Treasure of the China Bar.
Lost Treasure of the China Bar. Buy it on Amazon.com. $12.99 for paperback, $2.99 for Kindle. A great gift.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
At Wenatchee Power Sports, we proudly offer the Polaris product line. Polaris builds the highest quality side-by-side in the industry, with off-road capability that's second to none. The Polaris pre-order program allows customers to purchase the vehicle they want without having to select from limited dealer inventory. The Wenatchee Valley has year-round access to some of the best ORV trails in the Northwest. Start your adventure here at Wenatchee Power Sports.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Time now for our weekly Pause for Pets feature from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Tonight, we're introduced to Princess the dog.
This week on Pause for Pets, Kathy introduces us to an active little dog named Princess.
Hi everybody, I'm Kathy at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, and this is Princess. And she is absolutely adorable, a doll, so much fun. She is like the hiker buddy extraordinaire. If you didn't want a big hiker dog, you might want to get Princess, because she could do the Pacific Crest Trail. She is friendly, funny. Princess, show them how you do your high five. Baby, look. Sit. Oh, I gotta stand up. Sit. High five. That's her double high five. Anyway, she loves treats, as you can see. Princess is 2 years old. She loves everybody. However, there is one caveat here. She's very uncomfortable around men. So she's not looking for Prince Charming to match her, but she is looking for another Princess Charming in the form of a woman that would love to have an active, fun companion dog that is lovable, and she is good with older kids. She can be a little bit I'm in charge, so sometimes the I'm in charge dogs aren't the best with little kids. But she's fine with boys, girls. It's just the man thing. We haven't been able to work through that. But we can't say enough good things about her. She is just beautiful. We think she's got terrier in there, maybe some Chihuahua. It's hard to say. She's just a good old-fashioned mutt, but she's sweet and very food-oriented. And if you're interested in adopting Princess, we'd love to have you come down to the Humane Society shelter and visit her, and we'll set you up.
If you are interested in meeting and adopting Princess, the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society is located at 1474 South Wenatchee Avenue and is open 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. and closed 1:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. for quiet hour. Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
Let's take a look now at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope your Thursday was a good one. Weather-wise, really no complaints out there. It started off awfully cool, and then we saw plenty of sunshine in our afternoon. A bit of a cloud bank just over the Cascades at times today, but look at that beautiful shot from our cross camera up on Wenatchee Heights. Temperature-wise, a lot like yesterday, and we thought it might be, with the high unofficially at 57 degrees. 62 is where we should be for this time of year. Overnight low 36 degrees, and 42 is our normal overnight low. Record high on this date happened in 1961 when it was 77 degrees. Record low, it was a cold one in 1969 at 25 degrees. Sunrise 7:18, and the sun will set just a little bit later on at 6:14. And let's take a look now what we can expect as we get you into Football Friday. And I'll tell you what, for an October game, it's going to be a pretty nice night tomorrow night and a nice day as well. 61 in Moses Lake and Ephrata. Beautiful as well in Quincy up into Wenatchee at 60 degrees. Just a little bit cooler in our higher elevation locations, but still awfully nice with temperatures in the upper 50s. Lake Wenatchee, the cool spot tomorrow at 52 degrees. As we take a look at what we can expect tonight, cloudy skies. If you notice, there were those clouds rolling in today. That'll bring us about a 20% chance of light overnight showers. It will be mild once again tonight for the first time in a while, I should say, with lows in the mid-40s, and won't that feel good? For Friday, we will be mostly cloudy tomorrow. We did talk about a warm-up, and will we see just this little bit of rain slide south? We'll keep some sprinkles in the forecast for Friday, but all in all, it's going to be nice with a high of 60. And talk about nice, partly cloudy on Saturday. Lots of clear skies and warmer. We will see highs Saturday in the mid-60s. So hopefully you can get outside and enjoy that beautiful weather, because things will change as we get into the end of the weekend on Sunday with cloudy skies. You can see one frontal boundary will move through almost the entire state. A good shot at some rain. I think we'll see it late in the afternoon into our early evening with highs in the low 60s, and then a break in our weather on Monday with partly cloudy skies. We'll call it seasonal high temperatures with highs again in the lower 60s. And look at this area of low pressure as it churns off the west coast. Lots of wind associated with that as well. So we could see a little bit of that on Tuesday with temperatures in the low 60s and partly cloudy skies. And then by the end of our forecast, as we get you into Wednesday, we will see once again a partly cloudy skies. It will be nice though, but you can see this system pushing clouds our way. High temperatures on Wednesday in the low to mid 60s, and we could even see a little bit of shower activity late in the day on Wednesday, and especially as this thing moves in on Thursday and Friday of next week. Let's take a look now at that 7-day forecast tonight. Much more mild for our overnight temperatures tonight at 43, 60 with a possibility of some sprinkles on Friday. Look at Saturday. Boy, get outside if you have the chance. Partly cloudy and warmer at 65, and then a rainy day for Sunday and 62 before things clear out a bit and stay mild with highs in the lower to mid-60s. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Dr. Divis is proud to announce that Dr. Taylor Pedigo has joined the Wenatchee Dental Arts team. After much research, Dr. Pedigo chose Wenatchee Dental Arts as the place to practice and Wenatchee as the place to live. Dr. Pedigo is an honors graduate of the UCLA School of Dentistry and has made our valley his home. Wenatchee Dental Arts offers complete comprehensive dentistry from routine teeth cleaning to sedation dentistry. Wenatchee Dental Arts now offering 2 dentists to serve all your dental needs. Call for your appointment today.
Traditional values and innovation in honoring the life of each family we serve is part of the ministry of Heritage Memorial Chapel. Our staff is committed to walk with your family with compassion through this time of grief. We are here to help and here to serve, the right kind of help when you need it most. Heritage Memorial Chapel.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today.
With TV advertising, what we want to do is more deeply connect with the community.
People spot me in different parts around North Central, Costco and Wenatchee, say, hey, you're the pizza guy. And so they wouldn't know that if it weren't for the TV commercials we've done.
We've been here so long that people already know who we are and what we do, but to have that image flash on their television screen as opposed to just hearing it in the radio or seeing it in the newspaper, I just love the fact that we can actually put our finger on when a customer comes in and says, I saw your ad.
It's becoming increasingly difficult in this digital age to know where are your customers listening or watching, because I watch all the different channels that they watch too, like Cooking Channel, History Channel, and so it was wonderful to be able to be on there.
I would say that if you want to do business in Wenatchee, then you should connect with the people of Wenatchee, and there's no better way to do that than with NCWLIFE.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Thursday to you. A week ago, the Seahawks lost starting quarterback Russell Wilson to a torn tendon in his throwing hand. They also lost a division game to their rivals, the LA Rams. Well, things don't get any easier this week as Seattle travels to Pittsburgh for a Sunday night matchup with the Steelers. Both teams are 2-3 so far this season. Geno Smith will start in Wilson's place Sunday and for the foreseeable future. Coach Pete Carroll says he has confidence Geno's ability to lead the club.
Geno's got a real good position on this team. He has been highly thought of by the organization, by his teammates, and obviously the fans responded too. And we're grateful that he's been with us. And so now that it's his time and his chance to do this and help his club, couldn't be more excited for him. And he's going to be really tuned in. He's really smart at their scheme and system and all of that. Really sharp in the huddle, at the line of scrimmage, all that kind of stuff. He's really good at. So he gives himself every chance to be, have a good performance and help us win.
Pittsburgh's defense is ranked in the middle of the pack in the NFL so far this season, but Carroll knows they'll try to ratchet up the pressure Sunday, knowing Seattle is going with a backup quarterback.
They have historically been a difficult defense, and they play with a really aggressive style. They don't pressure as much as you might think, but they play very aggressive, and they use their players and move them around to try to get cause problems. And they've historically been a good group, and so they're a challenge. They're a challenge just because their makeup of the play. TJ on one side, he's pretty good over there, and they've got some guys that make problems for you that we got to deal with.
Well, the big problem for Seattle so far this season has been its defense. Once again, the Seahawk D is off to a slow start. Middle linebacker Bobby Wagner says until they start stopping the big gash passing plays over the middle, teams are going to keep doing it.
This is a copycat league, and so when you put something on tape and when you have something attack you, teams will mimic that, whether it's the exact same play or they do it in a different formation, a different look, different personnel, and they try to do it. And so it's on us as players to get that corrected. Like I said, there's been stuff that we've done over the years that have shown up on tape, and it took us a second to correct it, but once it was corrected, we stopped seeing that show up in games because we fixed the problem. But until we fix the problem, then I don't see it leaving. Like I said, any team that watches the film and sees those plays, if they don't have those plays in, I would be surprised if they didn't put them in. And so it's on the players to practice and execute, especially on the games, and we just have to play better, and we have to recognize it better.
Defensive coordinator Ken Norton Jr. was asked why his defense is giving up big yards in the second halves of games such as last week against the Rams.
That's a good question, because that first half we were feeling pretty good. Just the second half, guys, things were a little more inconsistent than they were in the first half. That's something that we've been dealing with the entire season. So it's something that, I brought up with the guys, and, I got to continue to grow myself to make sure that things stay more consistent throughout a 60-minute game. And that's something that we'll continue to grow and improve on.
Yeah, Seattle will have to find some consistency on defense if they hope to have any shot at beating Pittsburgh That is on Sunday night. The Seattle Kraken will be back on the ice tonight for their second NHL game in team history. Seattle's in Nashville to take on the Predators in Bridgestone Arena. It starts at 5 o'clock, underway right now. You can watch it on Root Sports Northwest. Well, there were a couple volleyball matches that took place last night here in North Central Washington. Checking the Les Schwab scoreboard from last night, Cascade beat Omak in Caribou Trail League 3-1. Wilson Creek topped Entiat 3-1. Coming up tonight, Cascade Christian hosts Riverside Christian. The 6:30 matches have Brewster at Okanagan, Pateros hosts Bridgeport, Manson's at Tenasket, and Liberty Bell visits Lake Roosevelt. Eastmont hosts Sunnyside tonight at 7, while the battle for the top of the Big Nine takes place in Yakima, where West Valley hosts Wenatchee. Also at 7 at Moses Lake at Davis and Cashmere hosting Quincy. On the soccer pitch, well, some of these games still underway from earlier today. Cascade traveling to Omak. The Chelan Goats on the road at Pateros. Brewster entertaining Bridgeport, and Tenasket traveling to Lake Roosevelt. Liberty Bell visits Manson. Ephrata is at East Valley of Yakima, while Cashmere is hosting Quincy. Hey, a reminder that we'll have a battle for supremacy in the Big Nine Saturday here on the NCW Life channel. Wenatchee hosting West Valley. 1 o'clock, Sebastian Moraga and John Springer will have the call. Pregame starting at 12:45. Girls swimming and dive scheduled today. They're still in the pool splashing around. Eastmont hosting Moses Lake, while Wenatchee's entertaining Davis and Eisenhower. Both those meets got underway at 4 o'clock. Final game of the Major League Division Series also set for tonight in San Francisco. Oracle Park is the setting for the Giants and the Dodgers in Game 5 of their National League Division Series. LA has changed its starter for tonight with reliever Corey Knebel going for in place of Julio Urias. Urias apparently is expected to pitch from the second inning going on. San Francisco will counter with Logan Webb. First pitch of the winner-take-all game set for 6:07 on TBS. We are getting ready for homecoming tomorrow night here on the NCW Life channel, our second week in a row. Wenatchee Panthers hosting the West Valley Rams at Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl. Both programs have had issues with COVID this season, had a couple of games canceled because of which. Grant Olson and Eric Kuntz will have your pregame starting at 6:30. Here's a rundown as far as the rest of the Big Nine is concerned. Eastmont has a non-league game tomorrow at Hanford. Sunnyside visits Moses Lake for a battle of the last two remaining Big Nine unbeatens. Davis, meanwhile, will play at Eisenhower. Battle for Upper Valley supremacy will take place in Peshastin with a pair bowl between Cashmere and Cascade tomorrow night. Another CTL action. Quincy plays at Omak. Chelan has a bye. And in B-League football tomorrow night, Bridgeport hosts Pateros. Entiat travels to Liberty Bell. Waterville Mansfield hosts Silk Lake. Okanagan plays at Oroville. Tenasket travels to Lake Roosevelt. And Brewster hosts Manson. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Grandstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thanks, Grant. Tomorrow, Friday. Hey, it's payday, too. I just remembered that. Yeah. Payday. What am I going to do with my $37.19? I'll probably just blow it all on something I don't need. Join me for a Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll get your weekend going with your latest weather forecast. We'll have highlights from last night's, or tonight's, I should say, Giants and Dodgers Game 5 of their divisional series. We'll find out who punches their ticket to the championship series, plus highlights from the Kraken and the Nashville Predators in the world of hockey. It's good to have hockey here in the Pacific Northwest. Everything you need to start your weekend, we'll put it together in my nice little hour-long package we'd like to call Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Live and local, 7 a.m. tomorrow, right here from Studio 7. Grant, back to you.
Thanks a bunch, Dan. And now let's check in, or I should say, that is going to do it for our newscast tonight. We don't want to check in with Dan again. Thank you for being with us. And for more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-NCWL. That's 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us and have a great night.
Counterplay inside, picking his way back to the 10, to the 5, into... High school sports is back, and NCW Life Channel's got you covered. Tune in for football, girls soccer, and volleyball right here. Thanks to our sponsors, Charter College, Confluence Health, Diggs Heating and Air Conditioning, and Global Car Care. Follow all the action of high school sports on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE channel.